Good morning and welcome to Gulfstream Park on this overcast Friday afternoon. It's Friday, TGIF to everybody who celebrates, but we're just getting started. It's Samantha and we welcome back Brian.
I'm here.
Welcome back.
Yeah, good to go away. Good to be back. So looking forward to it. Fun weekend here off the turf today. Unfortunately, with all the rain in the area, it's like I went away and nothing changed.
No, unfortunately, it did not. We're still getting those rains. But hey,
Puddles
next week it looks like we're maybe out of the woods.
Okay, well, that's good. The main track's going to start off as good today because it did come down. Puddles on Old Hollandale Beach Boulevard when you take the turn. So that one, you know that it came down pretty good. But,
it did.
Good to be back. Fun weekend. Mandatory rainbow on Sunday, too, huh?
Mandatory Rainbow Sunday, and today it is carryover.
Yeah, how about that?
We start anew in the rainbow, but not in the Sunset 6 or in that coast to coast. So thank you guys. Yeah, this is for Sunday. $500,000. They've been taking it down left, right, and center, though. So I'll be shocked to see what happens on coming into Sunday. But look at this, the coast to coast,
Yeah.
Brian. Finally, we get a coast to coast carryover. I've been
Pretty
waiting
cool.
on one of these here. So that's over 48,000. And then in the Sunset 6, 3 days, nobody hit it.
Nobody hit it, and I'll tell you what, the pools haven't been huge in the Sunset 6. I get it. It's a bet that's in its infancy. It's a great bet for the player, and you're seeing this now. We talk about this a lot with the rainbow when it's just starting out. I mean, especially at $1, retail only at $1. If you feel like having a handicapping day to remember, you have a real chance of just sweeping the whole darn thing.
Yep.
So just take note of that because, you get a price. If you get two prices, you got a huge chance.
Yes, you do. And unfortunately, like Brian said, it's still in its infancy, and we've just been dodging weather, and that is what's unfortunate about it. But just get ready because I think during this championship meet, this thing is just going to continue to catch on like wildfire, and it'll be fun.
And that is coming up. I was walking into work today, just looking at my calendar, and I think there are 6 racing weeks left before the championship meet.
So here we go. This week, though, we've got 9 here on this Friday afternoon, and race number 1 will start that early. Pick 5. You take it away.
Yep. So a little bit of a rework with being off the turf and stuff. So it's up to $18, and race 2 is the one where kind of went a little bit off the rails a little bit. The beauty of it is we've really lost no horses early on in these 2 turf races.
Nope.
So I'm going to go 1 through 6. There are 3 long shots on the outside. I still think they're long shots even on the tapeta. Slooty Princess in race 3. I mean, it's the 2 or the 4, I think, and I don't want to use both because I don't think that's good gambling acumen. Marabina, the 1 in race 4 down on the inside, and then in race 5. I left this off the turf the same, and we're going to show you the replay, even though it's a turf replay, because I think the speed of Time for Peace is still a big deal in there. So there's $18 for me. I
like it, and we'll get into race number 1. We do have a scratch of the 7. Chase Sloan is out, so just a 6-horse field here, and the 2 for you, Leroy Brown.
Yeah, big scratch of Chase Sloan.
Yeah.
Maybe that's why you wouldn't let me host today?
Well,
maybe,
yeah.
Can't say that.
I guess not.
Leroy, I'm a little surprised you picked the 3 because I feel like this is a horse like you would never pick. I don't know. I just didn't want to pick.
I know.
We'll talk about we'll talk about peace, thrust, strength in a second. The bottom line is I didn't want to pick that horse. Leroy Brown is second off a good sizable layoff.
Yep.
Ran pretty well last time for Kathleen off that switch and chased and tired. Made a little middle move and I think probably paid the price. So is going to offer more value than the 3, I would assume, at least by post time. So we'll go that way. Obviously the race goes through the 3.
Yeah, but I found a stat though that doesn't really flatter
the 3.
Is
a good
3.
Stat, yeah.
So we'll show this here with War of Will and Tapeta routes. Look at that.
That's wild,
it's
right?
It's really crazy to me.
You're talking about a Preakness winner that had won at a mile and 3/16. So that is pretty crazy. I don't remember the exact set of circumstances, but Safi had the big favorite in this. Okay, thank you. There you go. Had the big favorite, and we were like, why is this horse in here?
It was like to make the race go.
Maybe. I mean, a starter optional claimer, and he runs this horse at 31-1, and now all of a sudden off that race with the layoff at the bottom. Listen, he's probably the most likely winner, obviously. He's going to be a real short number. To me, it's the old tread very, very lightly with this kind of
You
horse.
wouldn't run to the window. And if he's at 3-1, 53 minutes from now, forget about it.
If he's not favored in this race, that is not
just stay away. Yeah. Okay, so race 2. We are off the turf course here as we battle these South Florida rains, but we still have the tropical tapeta. Pick 3. It's races 2, 5, and 8. We'll show that ticket. It also starts the pick 4, but Brian will just tweet that out. We'll look at this. Okay, again, this is not a ticket I suggest playing, but these are, to me, must uses. This sequence I felt got a little bit tougher with the surface switches, Brian, but these are just my A's and B's, I guess you could say here. We'll get into 2 in just a second, but race 5, which is the start of the late pick 5, this could change things for sure, being able to see them, especially just the fact that we are off the grass onto the tapeta, but Lucky Win Coco, the 4 on top for me. I do think that the 8 is a little interesting, Silver Wani from the outside, and then race 8, just the 6 and the 9 for me. I Love Venezuela, as my partner will tell you. When we get to race number 8, ignore the morning line on I Love Venezuela because that was for the grass, not for the tapeta.
2 horses very similar in that race. The 10 No Mo Cookies, the 6 I Love Venezuela, Tapeta Specialist, and big move ups. She said it perfectly.
Yep. So we'll get into race number 2 now here. Like you mentioned, Brian, no scratches in this. It's great. It's a clean race on the tapeta, a mile and a 16th at the 6 for both of us here. Gifted by Design.
Yeah, I mean, I still think this race goes through him, even though it's on tapeta. The turf race 2 back was the big one. We were going to show the replay. We're not. I think, and I'm wondering if you did the same thing as me, even on the turf. To me, I wanted to play against the 5 and his total lack of speed.
Yeah.
So Gifted by Design's a little more tactical. He's proven on tapeta as well, and I think that's very, very important. And, you get Jose D'Angelo. Lionel Reyes is coming up on 2,000 career victories, 12 away. That will come sooner rather than later for one of the good guys around here.
It absolutely will. The 3 double neat for Nolan Ramsey here. A little bit of a slight drop in class, and now second off the claim, which I think should help a little bit.
Yeah, and I think he probably moves up a little bit. That was a good tapeta 4th last time against Better, Lights of Broadway, and that kind of race. So that was a better group, I think, today overall, at least. So he's a big player in here.
The 5, I could not agree more. This horse, just avoid.
Yeah,
he's not fast enough.
He's not fast enough, and he couldn't beat us to a half mile. I mean, it's Pletcher, it's Edgard, that's great. But the fact that he had to go to Monmouth to try to pick one up and he couldn't for 16, and I'm sure the first sale sign was out that day too, and nobody got him. Now he's been freshened a little bit. He's never run on tapeta.
Yeah. His running style is not good. I mean, maybe if we went 2 miles on the tapeta, I would say yes. But.
Yeah, this is a type of horse where if they win, they can win without you, and you got to be okay with it, and you move on, because that's the type of horse you're supposed to fade when you're gambling.
Yes, I could not agree more. People will see Pletcher, they'll see Edgar, but trust us on this one, please. Race 3. It's maiden, 17.5 level, a mile and 70 yards on the tapeta. These are for the 2-year-old fillies here, and we'll go 2 turns. The 4 for both of us, Slutty Princess.
Yep, we'll show you the replay. Slutty Princess beating a neck last time. Zero Remorse a little further back in 3rd. Now she gets a huge jock switch today because Edgard's going to get aboard, and that's why she's almost, very close on the line to Slutty Princess. But you're going to see it right here. Just Slutty Princess just runs the better race.
Yes.
There's no doubt about it. Zero Remorse really didn't do a lot of running until the latter stages when everything was kind of decided. Here's Slutty Princess kind of trying to get forced to make the first run. She does it towards the inside, up the rail as well. It's never a good spot to be on the tapeta. You can see her laboring a little bit down there too. So to me, she's the one I want out of this race. I mentioned earlier with my pick 5, it's an $18 ticket. You could easily put Zero Remorse in there and double the ticket. But when we talk about wagering and things like that, that's not really the way you want to do it, because you're talking about 2 horses that you're saying I think have an even chance, exact same type of chance of winning. You double a ticket, and you just saw it right there. Unless Edgar gets a lot more speed out of Zero Remorse, it's going to be tough to run down Slutty Princess.
And we should mention, as the rain starts to pick up behind us, that you need to have speed on days like this. It's just what you need on the tapeta, and horses like Zero Remorse, they are a bit of a trap because they just don't have.
It's going to tighten up out there, as Samantha said. It's raining a little bit. It could be on and off all day. That tends to tighten up. Even the inside gets a little better than normal.
That's so true.
But the overall thing is that the tapeta can tighten up, and you're not going to make up a lot of ground out there.
Nope, unfortunately not. Well, we're going to take a short break. Whenever we come back, we have Ronnie Rainbow's Rainbow 6 ticket. We've got a mandatory on Sunday, but we start anew today. We'll be right back.
And they're off.
New DRF All Access Past Performances. With one best-in-class product, you now get all 3 past performance formats. Easily switch between views. Access the most trusted information in horse racing with DRF All Access Past Performances. Go to DRF.com and use coupon code 1FREEPP for a free single card today.
Welcome back to Gulfstream today on this Friday afternoon. Samantha and Brian with you. Brian, it's good to have you back. I think Ron and I, we held it down, but I think he'll be happy that he had a break for a few days from me.
Ron?
Yeah.
Okay. Or me?
Well, you too.
Both?
For both of us, yeah. Well, anyway, we are back now, and we're back with a fresh Rainbow 6, and Ronnie Rainbow has got the ticket.
Yeah.
And we'll take a look.
I guess hit twice while I was away last 3 racing days. 2 people, whoever took it down. Congratulations. So we start fresh today. 2880 for Ronnie. The one single he's got is, well, that's an aggressive single. I'll say that. He's a beast off a substantial layoff running against open maidens. That's a good single for Ron to have in there because that's a race where I think people might use a few horses in there. My long shot's in there. The 6 Commendatore. Give him one more shot as you laughed me off the set here. That off the turfer in race 8. He goes to 6 and the 9 there. I love Venezuela. And Zoe Zucchera. She's still a horse to beat just based on her class, but the playing field is a lot more level that it's off the turf. Back on quick rest, too, and 3 deep in the finale. So there you go, 2880 for Ronnie. That's a condensed number for him.
Well, the 4th race, we are 1 mile on the main track. We were good, then we were fast. I have a feeling we're going to be good.
Yes.
Sealed. We'll see when it comes at 2:23 in the afternoon here. But the scratch is the number 5, Lose Control.
Yeah.
So a 6-horse field remains, and you're on the rail. Marabina, this horse has been good to you.
Yeah, we were gonna show the video of Lose Control because she did not have to win. Now, this is the old SP angle here, trying the main track for the first time in a long time. Now, to be fair to Marabina, she was not very good on the main track. I got to be upfront about that. But who's better than Ronald Coy right now?
My God.
My goodness.
Right.
And they're betting his horses, too. I was just doing replays for last Friday when I was out, and I made a horse of his 10 on the morning line and paid $5. So they're betting these horses. Winning paid $5.
Yeah.
So take note of that. You know, she's a big player in here with who's left in this field with the scratch. And, you know, this is a type of group. I was going to make worth considering my best bet, to be perfectly honest with you. And then I said, no, I don't. This Carlos David barn a little icy.
Yeah, I agree. And just to circle back to Marabina, her first 2 outs, they were dirt sprinting, and look at who she was running against. And Chain to Lane, she ended up being a stakes winner during the championship.
And she's a better route horse for sure.
Exactly. Yeah. So it just, I think you can go back to the drawing board with her. Don't pay attention to those 2 dirt sprint races. You mentioned worth considering this horse here, now first off the claim for Carlos David, which, like you said, is always a very dangerous angle. But the barn, I agree, has been a little chilly lately.
A little bit, right? So we'll just have to see about her. Doesn't have to move up all that much, of course, with the scratch. Makes her job a lot easier. Hey, guys, can we show the stat on Ronald Coy, too?
Yeah.
We jumped the gun on that. Let's take a look at this one, too. This is a barn now that's just off to a prolific start here at the Sunshine Meet, and that tapeta to dirt is pretty much exactly what he's doing
look at
the meet,
money, too.
Yeah, there you go.
Crazy.
That would be I'm going to say 14 out of 16 in the money. I'm not going to test you on that. Maybe 13 out
Wow.
of 16.
13.5, a half a horse?
Half a horse. What's
Half
a
a
half a
start.
horse? Yeah. So Bard is going great. Source has got speed and is a huge player in here.
Slender Slipper for me. I like the fact that we have speed on this.
Oh, you didn't
stretch.
pick. I'm sorry. You picked this horse. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Listen, that race 2 starts back is not a bad one at all.
No, not at all. She still has a lot to make up on. Sharp Azteca, I thought this was exciting. 16% with dirt routes. I kind of thought Sharp Azteca was better sprinting. I was shocked to see this.
That is. And now, to be fair, I'm not even sure if he ever ran a route
Did
race.
he? I didn't think so. I thought it was more
pure sprint.
So I was kind of shocked to see this for her.
Yeah, and here's Raj. He's 10 away from 2,000.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool as well. When he came back, I guess it would have been maybe last summer. That was the goal, and it's right in the front seat right now.
Very, very close. All right, race 5. It will start the late pick 5. We'll take a look at my ticket here as we are off the grass for this 5 furlong 2-year-old race. So this is an important sequence because 3 of these races, and we'll talk about it when Brian shows his late pick 4 as well, in the carryover of the Sunset 6. So race number 6, I do have the 8 on top. That is Mama Drama. Race number 7, which does start the aforementioned Sunset 6. Make Me Famous on top for me. The number 3, we've got a workout of that horse. Race 8, just the 6 and the 9. I think if you want to, if I'm playing the Sunset 6, I'm going to add it in the 10. No more cookies because you have to.
I agree.
But I'm going to be playing a lot bigger ticket than this here for a Sunset 6. And then in the finale here, I have the number 5 Spatula on top. I should have made this horse my long shot. I'm very bad at while you've been away, I'm still very bad at predicting a long shot. So I didn't want to phone a friend on vacation, but here we are. Maiden special weights. Off the tapeta.
Yeah, we're
on the tapeta.
On the tapeta. Now, we're going to show you the turf race for Time for Peace and Lucky Win Coco. I know it's a turf race, but the reason why I left this in there is because I wanted to show the speed of Time for Peace. I'm surprised you didn't use this horse at all. She's chasing 43-2 here. That, to me, is going to put her in front here, and I just don't see him catching her. It's only going 5 now on the tapeta, too, so she doesn't even have to worry about an additional half furlong. The other thing, too, and you know, this is that Lucky Win Coco was 42-1 in this race.
Yes.
To her credit, she ran pretty well on the tapeta last time, and also to her credit, she showed more speed on the tapeta last time, but I think they're going to have trouble running down Time for a Piece in here. I know she's unproven on tapeta. I get all of that, but
you make a good point.
I got to believe Jose Morelos knows what he's doing and reading a racing form, and he's going to see, you know what, I can get to the front here.
Yeah, that definitely makes this race, changes the complexion of things in this race, because with a 5 furlong tapeta sprint, you don't have a lot of time to make up that ground. And that could be a problem for Lucky Win Coco. The 8, Silver Wani, I am happy you have this horse in the mix too. Good post to just sit and stalk. She has some speed. Yep,
she does have some speed, unproven on tapeta, but you know, a lot of them are, and you know, you see Colonial Downs, and, you know, we get it. This is the big leagues here. They have good turf racing at Colonial. They have good maiden races, too. Don't look at those races and think she's second tier. She's going to fit with this group for sure.
Yeah, I think that this is a very compelling race. The 1 is kind of in the mix. You have, so Bo Liam was 0 for 12 with turf sprints, but now we're on the tapeta, so that stat's out of the window. And this gal here, she breezed pretty nicely at the OBS April sale. She might be a sleeper.
She could be.
Yeah.
She's also, what is that, 6-7 weeks without a work from August 22nd. They did have her up at Saratoga. I get that, but she comes down here.
Missed all September works.
Missed all of September, and I promise you, Team Mubarak didn't bring her up to Saratoga for the mineral water. So something.
Is that what it is that they've got there?
The egg water too. It's so gross.
Egg?
Yeah. Yeah, right by the park there.
Egg.
It's a big. Yeah, my dad loves it.
Interesting. Is it like supposed to make you younger or rejuvenated? If so, we'll send Ron out there.
It's supposed to make me throw up, but I don't know.
There you go. All right, race number 6, 5.5 furlongs on the main track to be determined. The conditions of that. The 3 Mean to Me and the 4 Spicy Guacamole are out. Brian Nato has his late pick 4, and again, 3 of these races in here. key into because they are part of the Sunset Six.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you what, it's not
easy
at all. What am I going here? The 7, Sludiva. We'll get to it in a second. In race number 7, I've got the 6 on top, Commendatore. That's my long shot. You know what? Race 6 and race 7, both my top picks are not going to mind a little moisture in the racing track. And I think regardless of what happens from now until 3:30 in the p.m., there's going to be moisture in the racing track. Now we got a big spread in race 8. Planier-Champagne I did have on top the whole way. That race is wide open. And to be perfectly honest with you, Samantha, I needed a single at the end.
Yeah.
It's Bellamendi. Your horse moves up. Spatula with the scratch of Meridama. And also the big move up is Tinkatu.
Yeah.
Because they're going to have trouble running her down.
Absolutely. Yeah.
We'll talk about it.
It's not an easy late 3. To be honest, I haven't dug into the last 3 of Santa Anita yet, but I'm going to get there in about 37 minutes. It could carry over again.
I was just, while you were talking, I was thinking that's where she's going, and I agree totally. It's really difficult, at least here at Gulfstream.
Yeah. All right. So getting into this 6th race, we'll look at the replay of Fully Entitled and Girl Dynamite here, because both of these two finished 2nd and 3rd last time.
Yeah, and also first leg of the coast to coast here. There's a carryover there, as we talked. Samantha talked about. We'll show you again. There's nothing happening here other than a horse at 5-2 that gets drubbed by Neom City, who's going to be a short price today, and who, to me, I don't know. Quite honestly, I just don't really think you have to pick her. It's Safi. It's Ken Ramsey. You know, I get all of that, but this is not, to me, very flattering.
No.
Someone had to run second behind Neom City. She did it. I'll give her credit for that. She showed a little fight here to wrestle second away from 6-5 Girl Dynamite. This is not going to. These gals in the starting gate aren't going to look over and be scared of Fully Entitled.
No, I forgot that they bet Girl Dynamite down that much. But now she kind of moves up a little bit because she is first off the claim.
Yeah.
We'll see how that move proves a little bit earlier for Carlos Davis. So I don't blame you for going for a horse like Sludiva because of that right there.
Yeah, I mean, that dirt race 2 starts back where she showed speed in the slop was not a bad effort at all. She gets a little weight break with Yolbert Torres here today. She could fall through the wagering cracks a little bit. As I mentioned, a little moisture out there. Whatever it's going to be, it's going to be in the surface. So maybe she moves up. And I didn't want to pick these horses. I don't have no problem at all with Mama Drama and what you're doing either.
Yeah, exactly. She's been on the bench for a couple of months, which is not a good sign for an $8,000 claimer, but a good outside tactical post. Maybe just follow your Sludiva there. It never raced across somebody wet track.
You know what I like too? She's worked 4 times since that,
which is good. Yeah.
You get an $8,000 claimer off a layoff. You get 4 works into him. I think that's a pretty big deal.
Yeah, this is a sharp distance. So horses like your Sludiva, you don't have a lot of time. It's good for you is what I'm saying, because you don't have a lot of time to make up that ground. Fully Entitled, they're going to bet with both hands, but you saw it. And they're putting blinkers on her now. She's 4 years old. To me, that's like you're just trying something.
I agree.
You're just seeing what's going to stick. Race 7. It starts the carryover in that Sunset 6-3 here from Gulfstream Park. The last 3 from Santa Anita. 7 furlongs on the main track. These are for 3-year-olds and upward, a maiden race. And the 2 Noble Sky and the 5 Thought Control are out of here. Again, we'll let you know about the moisture on the track as we get there. But Commendatore should have no problem with the mud because he handled it quite well last time.
Yeah, this is my long shot. In this, you can look at this horse in your form and something has just gone wrong, okay? I thought he was going to be like a Triple Crown kind of horse.
I know, yeah, I remember.
I really liked this horse a lot. Didn't work out. For whatever reason. But what happened last time behind Skellig Michael? You can't pick him. Obviously, I knew you weren't going to pick him. How can you pick this horse? Come on. He showed some life last time. For literally the first time since his maiden debut race, he showed a little life. I think it's significant that Gustavo, they don't want to risk this horse for a tag. They're not willing to give up. I know they paid $700,000 for him, but you could see, okay, he's supposed to be in for 35.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
They don't want to do it, all right? And he showed some life last time. Going to put blinkers on after he showed speed. That's your arena. It's not mine. But he's got speed, too.
He does.
He's a price. And I just maybe saw something last time that says, you know what, he might run a little bit today, and no way can you pick Skellig Michael. He's probably going to win. Point blank, he's probably going to win.
Yeah.
We've said that twice.
I know.
At 60 cents and 80 cents on the dollar. And I don't know. He's run the same race every time,
Exactly.
and I'm not so sure he wants to win either.
That's it. That's just the thing. And a huge long shot, Smoking a Pancake, came up, was battling just head and head down the rail, and he didn't show any class or not, maybe not even class, but he didn't show any that grittiness to get his nose down.
No, and he was on the outside. It was a Heather Smolin first-time starter, 32-1. Heather's going great. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
She doesn't win with first-time starters.
No.
This horse was in the flow of the race, the dynamics of the race. He was 1-100, and he refused to go by. Just
that's why I
the other Victor,
Victor Barboza here. So this is interesting. This horse was in California before. It was breezing at Del Mar last year, or earlier this year. Last year, pardon me. Sorry, I forgot this horse is 3-0. But we'll look at the work here now. Because I thought this was a really solid work from the barn. Obviously, we're working with a unnamed 2-year-old here, but Make Me Famous is on the inside. He's very forward. He kind of broke in just a little bit here. This was his breeze 3 back now. So the rider never lets him out an inch and never really asks him for much. I like when you work horses in company like this. I get it. The outside looks like he's got the better of him, but the longer you watch this work go, easy. Does it very, very easy. And what do they say? Always bet the gray on a rainy day?
Well, there you go.
Isn't that a thing? Look at him. He just keeps drawing away from his mate easily.
This horse is supposed to be a price. Well, even with this big scratch of Thought Control, he's supposed to be a price. Victor's not a guy that's going to win. I just thought maybe this horse is going to need another turn. The pedigree, gift box, and a mineshaft mare.
Yep, that's totally fair. But 7 furlongs, at least we get a little bit.
Yeah, it's not 5.5, 6. 6 full out of the dam. Half to a couple that $170 and 205,000. So there's a little pedigree here.
What I like about him the most, Brian, is there were a couple works, of course, at Santa Anita. They do a great job with catching their breezes there. There were works of him at Santa Anita or at Del Mar last year. He's grown up a lot. So I think that's a good sign to see that when the 2-year-olds to 3-year-olds, you want to see them progress. And a horse like Thought Control did not at all, which he's not a factor here because he scratched, but no shot.
Ronnie's got the one. He's a beast singled. This is a bold one, as I mentioned. 2 Florida bred races where they couldn't bet enough on him. He did catch good horses, Sorcerer Silver, the West Point Dynamo, and Flood Zone 2. Dave Fox going good again, huh?
Yeah, very good. And Joe Bravo had his first win back actually with Dave Fox too. My comment on his last race, and maybe I'm just being he's just cheap. The way he gave up last time, it was really disappointing to me. Hey, he could be a better horse now at 3. So we'll see. He was always a very quick workhorse and a good workhorse. There were no works on him this time around.
No, that's frustrating. It looks like he's worked good on paper, but as you said, he always was. And Dave worked some, They
makes him fast. Yep, I agree. All right, race 8 off the grass on the Tapeta. It really changes this race, and as Brian mentioned, evens the playing field. The 3, the 4, and the 5 are out. The 2 plain champagne for you, Jack Sisterson.
Well, I was trying to be a little cheeky on the turf, but now on the Tapeta, this is a big player now. Yeah, it works out because, Jack did nothing but leg her up going 5.5 last time. That's the least of what she wants to do against real horses. Yeah. I know she won sprinting, 35 maiden claimers. That's not what I'm talking about.
Right.
She wants to run long. He gets it out of the way off that long layoff. She's going to move way forward today. It might not be enough. She should still be a decent price in here. It might not be enough because, as we've talked about, nonstop, this is a wildly difficult race now.
Things could fall apart on the front end, though, because there's a lot of speed in this race here. No Mo Cookies. The only thing she knows how to do is go to the front and get brave with Jose Ferrer. So he's going to clear and go as fast as you can. Zoe Zucchera, you mentioned, coming off on a little bit of short rest and is now first off the claim off of a big win on the grass.
Yeah.
But, hey, she has won on the Tapeta.
She has, but we always say be a little careful with your numbers on the Tapeta, but she is better on turf, period.
I agree completely. And the 6, I Love Venezuela, rattled off 4 wins in a row now. I mean, 3.
Going for 4 in a row. all on Tapeta, up the ladder every time. Ron Coy doesn't want to risk her for a tag, but
it's a big jump up now.
It's a big jump up. She has stalked in her first win, so hopefully that's what she's going to do today, because if she's getting involved with No Mo Cookies, who, like you said, is faster than her, it's not going to work for either of them.
No, it won't. The shoe is ready to drop on No Mo Cookies at any moment, though. I don't trust her as far as I can.
No, I don't trust her either, but like we talked about, huge move up. And to be fair, she breaks her maiden for 17.5. Armando runs her for a quarter, and she blasts a quarter, too.
Easily.
So it's not like she won at the bottom and beat 8-2 else. No, she won for a quarter and did it dominant fashion.
Race 9, the finale on this Friday afternoon, 5.5 on the Tapeta track. We scratched the number 4, Maderma. That was going to be a pretty heavy favorite. Bella Mindy on top for you. You will never let this horse go.
Well, I liked her a lot better with the speed of Maderma.
Yeah.
She did run pretty well last time. It was her second start against winners, so she did move forward quite a bit. Rohan's got the 8 Sweet Sash, who she was with last time, beat her a neck last time. She's going to need some help from up front. I still do think she'll get it, because your horse is fast. And
very fast.
Tinka 2's got to go as well.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I liked about Spatula, Brian, is you just look back at her 2 Tapeta races. They were good. And her jump up against 3-year-olds and up, Garuda, that's a tough group.
Yeah, we'll find out about Spatula today, because there's just two ways of thinking. She's just wildly off form, and it's not working anymore, or she's been in over her head, and now she's going to face easier today. Unfortunately for you, she might be 6-1 now. Tinka 2, we can show you,
Tinka 2,
because this is a monster race. This is off a layoff of well over a year. And this is a Tapeta race, so that's the big deal for Tinka 2, where she's going to wire this field. Yeah. She's going to do it impressively. Watch the clock here, too. She's going to click off a half in 45 flat. 21-2 to the quarter this day. This is a power win. Credit to Mike Yates and the team for getting her ready off this, like we said, a layoff well over a year. And she's just, look at the ears pricked, just going about. I don't know if they put one over or what. They didn't really bet her this day. She was 5-1 too. And boy, they're going to have to catch her in here. And I'll tell you what, if your horse is just no good anymore, they'll never catch Tinka 2, because she'll run, your horse will flatter her for a quarter, and then Tinka 2 will be gone. So we'll have to see if you like Bella Mendy like I do. I'm hoping Spatula's still got a little in the tank to keep Tinka 2 honest.
Very tough Sunset 6 sequence here to get the weekend started. We're going to blast on to our lightning round now. And we start every week. We got the standings and a little bit of little change in the jockey standings, Brian.
Yeah, this is, we're starting to get into thick of now the Sunshine Meet, and Miguel Vasquez, who has won a title here in the past. He is one ahead of Edgard. We mentioned Lionel closing in on 2,000 career wins, so this is a good group, and Jose Morelos keeping on too.
We'll take a look at the leading trainer standings here, and it's very close.
Yep. It's tied.
Yeah. Well, just the whole board. It could change in
Jose Castro,
a day.
white hot.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah, I've got a stat tomorrow on him. He doesn't have anything running today, but yeah.
Dave Fox, good to see him. Dave Fox, you got to go back to the championship meet. Dave was so good. The Royal Palm meet, not so bad. That's not the right word, but he was, normal, we'll say. And now it's the cycle. The horses go through conditions. Now he's cycling back, and he's off to a great start here at the Sunshine Meet.
I like it. We'll move on to the Coast to Coast. As we mentioned, carried over on Sunday. Yeah. $48,661.
Yeah, so we all know they do like to bet the Coast to Coast. So this is going to, I would assume, 200, $250,000 in play today.
Yeah.
Because they always support that really nicely, and that'll be, for sure.
Yeah.
Today.
It'll be, it's so much fun. It's a very fun wager to get involved in, and piggybacking off of that, the Sunset 6, as we mentioned, it does have a carryover as well. $54,000.
I mean, that's going to have to be double that for sure,
I
right?
think that they should get.
And as you've said it more than a few times, and I'm thinking to myself, I'm looking at my program. The race kicks off in race 7 here, where you have Skellig Michael, who's a 7-5 on the morning line. He might beat 4-5 with scratches. There's a great time to get involved in a bet with a double carryover to me.
Yeah.
I'm not picking him.
I definitely agree. And on the same note of carryovers, mandatories, you name it, we have a mandatory on Sunday, Brian.
I'm going to tell you what, I did this morning line yesterday. The last, I believe, 3 races or maybe 4 races in the sequence, with the exception of the Florida bred with Broderie, those are just absolute battles.
They are, yeah.
Wow, I'm talking like 6-7 deep kind of races. This will be a fun rainbow. We'll have plenty on it for sure.
Best bet today.
Best bet is there. It is. Time for Peace. It's still best bet, even though it's on the tapeta. And quite honestly, I think her speed's going to be just as lethal on the tapeta today.
Yep. Mine is, I think, Gifted by Design. Be a short price. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that sometimes you just have to take what they give you. Your long shot.
Yeah, my long shot. And it kicks off that Sunset 6. Commendatory. He's going to be a number. He's a reach, admittedly, but he's going to be a nice price. He's going to be all in those horizontals today too.
Yeah, and I have Slender Slipper. We lost a horse in the races. It's not going to be 9-2 or anything.
Oh, Slender Slipper. Yeah. Well, you got. You do have a nice price.
I do have Spatula and Make Me Famous,
nice
so
price.
we'll see. Both of those, I think, should be a little bit of prices. So we'll see how it all plays out in just about 22 minutes. We have Pete Aiello upstairs. He'll give you scratches in the track conditions, as I'm sure it will continue to change multiple times throughout the day. Ron Nicoletti will be out with us for the opener. Stay dry. Enjoy your Friday.